Hey everyone, Nurse Financia here. Let's face it, when we think nursing, we think compassion, dedication, and saving lives, not taxes. But here's the deal. Understanding your taxes is crucial, especially as a nurse. Think of it like mastering a challenging medical procedure, initially intimidating but ultimately empowering. Just like you wouldn't skip essential steps in your patient care, you shouldn't neglect your tax planning. In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about taxes, tailored specifically for nurses. Now, I know what you're thinking, Nurse Financia, I'd rather deal with a dozen fussy newborns than tax forms. But here's the thing. Taxes are how we fund essential services, like healthcare itself. By paying your taxes, you're indirectly supporting your own profession and ensuring quality healthcare for everyone. Plus, understanding your tax obligations and potential deductions can put more money back in your pocket. Whether it's for that dream vacation, paying down student loans, or simply enjoying a well-deserved treat, optimizing your taxes can make a real difference. Here's the thing about nursing. It's not your average 9-to-5 desk job. You work crazy hours, pull double shifts, and often spend more time at the hospital than at home. That's why we're diving deep into the world of nurse-specific tax insights. We'll explore deductions and credits you might be eligible for, like those related to uniforms, continuing education, and work-related expenses. By the end of this video, you'll be filing with confidence, armed with the knowledge to tackle tax season like the superhero nurse you are. All right, team, scrubs on and stethoscopes ready. We're about to navigate the fascinating and sometimes daunting world of tax planning. Understanding the basics is key to making sure you're not missing out on any potential savings. Think of tax planning like understanding your patient's medical history. It's about gathering all the necessary information, identifying potential areas of concern, and creating a plan to optimize your wealth. Your tax obligations will depend on a variety of factors, including your income, filing status, dependents, and eligible deductions. We'll break it all down in a way that's easy to understand and, dare I say, even a little bit enjoyable. Now, more than ever, nurses are facing unique financial challenges. The pandemic has highlighted the incredible demands and sacrifices of the profession. By understanding your tax obligations and potential deductions, you can make informed decisions about your income, savings, and investments throughout the year. This can help you save money, reduce financial stress, and focus on what truly matters, providing exceptional patient care. With a little knowledge and planning, you can conquer tax season with confidence and keep more of your hard-earned money where it belongs, in your pocket. Here's the thing about being a nurse. You're not just any taxpayer. Your profession comes with its own set of unique financial benefits and considerations that can work in your favor when it comes to taxes. For starters, did you know that many nurses are eligible for special deductions and credits related to their profession? We're talking about things like uniform expenses, continuing education costs, and work-related travel. These benefits can not only reduce your taxable income, but also help you save for the future and achieve your long-term financial goals. All right, let's talk scrubs, those fabulous but sometimes pricey uniforms that are practically a nurse's second skin. Did you know those scrubs could actually save you money on your taxes? The IRS allows deductions for work uniforms if they are both required by your employer and not considered everyday wear. Firstly, your employer must have a strict dress code that mandates specific colors, patterns, or logos for your uniform. Secondly, the clothing must not be suitable for everyday use outside of work. Those snazzy scrubs with the hospital logo, your designated color-coded tops, and even those special nursing shoes you need for those long shifts. Those are all potentially deductible expenses. Keep those receipts handy because every little bit adds up. As nurses, you're lifelong learners. The medical field is constantly evolving, and staying up to date on the latest advancements is crucial for delivering top-notch patient care. The good news is, the IRS recognizes the importance of continuing education, and you may be eligible for some sweet tax breaks to ease the financial burden of those professional development pursuits. Whether you're taking courses to maintain your nursing license, pursuing advanced certifications, or even attending conferences and workshops to expand your skill set, those education expenses could translate into valuable tax deductions. This includes tuition fees, course materials, and even travel expenses related to attending those educational events. The education expenses must be related to maintaining or improving your current nursing skills. Planes, trains, and automobiles and taxes. Deductions for work-related travel. We all know that nursing isn't always confined to the four walls of a hospital or clinic. Sometimes your job takes you on the road, whether it's traveling between different healthcare facilities, making house calls, attending conferences, or even relocating for a new nursing opportunity. And guess what? Those work-related travel expenses could be tax deductible. Now, we're not talking about writing off your dream vacation to Bali, although wouldn't that be nice? The key here is that the travel must be primarily for business purposes. This includes transportation costs like flights, train tickets, mileage driven for work, and even parking fees and tolls. Keep in mind that there are specific rules and documentation requirements for claiming travel deductions. Beyond the basics, other noteworthy deductions for nurses. We've covered some of the big hitters when it comes to nurse-specific tax deductions, but there are a few other noteworthy savings opportunities that you might not be aware of. Did you know that you can deduct the cost of certain work-related supplies that are not reimbursed by your employer? This includes items like stethoscopes, blood pressure cuffs, medical bags, and even those fancy compression socks that keep you going during those long shifts. If you're a member of a professional nursing organization, those membership dues could be tax deductible. And lastly, don't forget about those student loans. If you're still paying off those pesky loans, you may be eligible to deduct up to $2,500 in interest payments each year. All right, nurses, let's face it. Dealing with paperwork can be about as much fun as a 12-hour shift in the ER during flu season. But just like you wouldn't tackle a complex medical procedure without the right tools and organization, approaching tax season requires a similar level of preparedness. First things first, designate a specific spot for all your tax-related documents. This could be a dedicated file folder, an accordion organizer, or even a designated drawer in your desk. The key is to have a central location where you can easily store and access those important papers. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Now let's talk about record keeping, because in the world of taxes, documentation is key. Think of it like charting your patient's vitals. Accurate and detailed records are crucial for making informed decisions. The golden rule of tax record keeping is this: when in doubt, keep it. This includes everything from your W-2 forms and pay stubs to receipts for work-related expenses, charitable donations, and even those pesky medical bills. Consider going digital with your record keeping. Scan or take photos of your receipts and store them electronically in a secure folder on your computer or in a cloud-based storage system. This not only reduces paper clutter, but also ensures that you have access to your records anytime, anywhere. Speaking of going digital, did you know that there are tons of amazing apps and software programs designed specifically to make tax time less taxing? By the way, none of these are sponsored, though I would love some sponsorship. See what I did there? Some popular options include tax preparation software like TurboTax and H&R Block, which guide you through the filing process step by step and even offer live support from tax professionals if you get stuck. There are also apps like Mint and Personal Capital that allow you to track your spending, categorize transactions, and even set financial goals, all in one convenient location. The best part? Many of these apps and software programs offer free versions or free trials, so you can test them out before committing. As I mentioned, they are not sponsored. By embracing technology and streamlining your record-keeping process, you can reclaim those precious hours you'd rather spend doing what you do best, providing compassionate care to your patients. Okay, nurses, let's talk filing status. No, not the status updates you post after a long shift, although those are always entertaining. We're talking about the IRS-defined categories that determine how you file your taxes, which can significantly impact your tax liability. The most common filing statuses are single, married filing jointly, and married filing separately. There's also head of household, which typically applies to unmarried individuals who provide a home for a qualifying child or dependent. Each status comes with its own set of rules, benefits, and drawbacks, so it's essential to choose wisely. When in doubt, don't hesitate to consult with a tax professional who can provide personalized guidance based on your specific circumstances. Now, the age-old question, to DIY or not to DIY. When it comes to taxes, there's no right or wrong answer. It all depends on your comfort level, the complexity of your tax situation, and how much time you're willing to invest. Tax software programs like TurboTax and H&R Block have become increasingly user-friendly, guiding you through the filing process step by step, and even checking for errors along the way. However, if you have a more complex financial picture, it might be wise to call in the reinforcements and consult with a qualified tax professional. All right, nurses, time to face the music, or rather, the forms. Tax forms can seem about as intimidating as a stack of patient charts, but with a little guidance, you can decipher those cryptic codes and file with confidence. The good news is, you likely won't need to memorize every single tax form out there. Phew! The most common form you'll encounter is the good old 1040, which is used to report your income and claim deductions. You'll also receive a W-2 form from your employer, which summarizes your earnings and withholdings for the year. Depending on your specific circumstances, you might encounter other forms as well, such as Schedule A for itemizing deductions, Schedule C for self-employment income, or Form 8949 for reporting capital gains and losses. Don't let the names scare you. Each form comes with instructions and often includes helpful tips and examples. Remember, if you're ever unsure about which forms to file or how to complete them correctly, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A qualified tax preparer can guide you through the process and ensure you're filing accurately and taking advantage of all applicable deductions. Dot your I's and cross your T's, ensuring accuracy and avoiding common errors. We're in the home stretch, nurses. You've gathered your documents and navigated tax forms like a pro. Now ensure accuracy to avoid delays, penalties, or audits. Double-check all entries, especially your social security number, bank account information, and numerical figures. Ensure you've signed and dated your return. File by the deadline, typically April 15th. Apply the same attention to detail to your taxes as you do to patient care. Review carefully to enjoy a smooth and stress-free tax season. All right, nurses, we've covered a lot of ground, but before we give you a clean bill of health for tax season, let's talk about some common pitfalls that can trip up even the most seasoned medical professional. Think of these as those little reminders we give our patients, easily overlooked but oh so important. One of the biggest mistakes nurses make is missing deadlines. We get it. You're busy saving lives, working long hours, and juggling a million things at once. But just like you wouldn't want to miss a crucial medication dosage, it's essential to mark those tax deadlines on your calendar and file on time. Late filing can result in penalties, interest charges, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress. Another common error is overlooking valuable deductions. From those snazzy scrubs to those never-ending education expenses, there are a surprising number of tax breaks available to nurses. Don't leave money on the table. Take the time to familiarize yourself with potential deductions and keep meticulous records throughout the year. You're almost there, nurses. You've filled out those forms, gathered your documentation, and avoided those common tax pitfalls. Now, before you hit that submit button, it's time for one final review, like double-checking your dosage before administering medication. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Firstly, review your personal information, your name, address, social security number, and ensure everything is accurate and up to date. A simple typo can lead to delays and headaches down the road. Next, double-check all those numerical entries, your income, deductions, credits, and any other financial figures. Make sure you've entered the correct amounts and that all your calculations are on point. Remember, even a small error can have a big impact on your tax liability. Finally, take a moment to breathe, relax, and give yourself a pat on the back. You've successfully navigated the world of taxes, a feat worthy of a celebratory dance, or at least a sigh of relief. And remember, if you encounter any bumps in the road, don't hesitate to seek professional guidance. Just like in medicine, sometimes it pays to call in a specialist. Congratulations, nurses! You've made it to the end of our tax journey, and let's be honest, you deserve a medal, or at least a giant slice of chocolate cake, no judgment here. We've covered a lot of ground, from understanding the importance of tax planning to navigating those dreaded forms like seasoned pros. Remember that feeling when you finally ace a challenging exam or master a complex medical procedure? That's the same sense of accomplishment you should feel right now. You've tackled a topic that many people find daunting, and you've emerged victorious, armed with the knowledge and tools to conquer tax season with confidence. No more dreading April 15th. You've got this, nurses. Embrace those tax-savvy skills you've acquired, and remember that every deduction you claim, every form you file correctly, is a victory for your financial well-being. Let's talk about staying sane during tax season. Stress can take a toll on your health, and tax-induced anxiety is the last thing you need. Here's your prescription for a stress-free tax season. Start early, stay organized. Avoid last-minute scrambles by gathering documents early. Use an organized system. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Consult a tax professional if needed. They're the specialists of the financial world. Treat yourself for your hard work. Take time for self-care and celebrate your tax season triumph. Remember, even superheroes need a break. Approach tax season with a positive attitude and confidence. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Remember to share and subscribe, and this is Nurse Financia clocking out.